Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with some really cool road music. A wonderful new disc of Shostakovich suites featuring Andrew Litton and the Singapore Symphony. There it is, so you could all see it. It's on BIS. It's an SACD, so Robert Funbar will beat me up. We have, oh my goodness, 69, 70 minutes really worth of music. And the Shostakovich suites are just fantastic for road music. Why? Because they're peppy for the most part, and rhythmic and harmonically pungent, and they keep you alert, and they're really rhythmically driving, most of them except for the adagios, but those are kind of really interesting melodically and harmonically. And they're scored mostly for like woodwind sonorities, hard sonorities that sound good in a car. They don't get lost, in the road noise and whatnot. So this is just fantastic. And what you get is the Suite for Jazz Orchestra number 1, which is a tiny little 3-movement thing. It's only about 7.5, 8 minutes long. It consists of a waltz, a polka, and a foxtrot. And the waltz is the Shostakovich waltz. He had a waltz mode that he used for all of these pieces, for his film scores, for the suites, all this stuff, the ballets, and sometimes the same waltz, including that really famous one. That one's in here too, the one that goes, ya da 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 do 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 do. You know that one. Bum 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 ba da 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 dum ba da 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 dum bum. Well, there's like 20 versions of that. And there's also some other things here. So you get to hear the same stuff kind of over and over again. But this is a really nice selection. So you get the Suite for Jazz Orchestra number 1. It's not really a jazz orchestra. It's got saxophones. I suppose that makes it jazz. Okay. Then we get the suite from the Golden Age, or the Age of Gold, which is just his first sort of socialist realist, but in the days when socialist realism was avant-garde ballet. And that has an introduction, an adagio, a long adagio, 10 minutes long, a polka, and a dance. And they are so much fun. They are screechy and noisy and just punchy, and oh my goodness. I mean, when you're stuck at a traffic light, you're just going to want to run right through it no matter what happens, but I wouldn't advise that. Then we have the suite from the Limpid Stream, which is, of course, a piece of garbage that Shostakovich knew was a piece of garbage. Not as bad as The Bolt, but almost. It's a more romantic-sounding ballet. It's one where he's winking and nodding at Tchaikovsky and Glazunov more, but it has his own stylistics, and that's lots of fun. And you've got a waltz and a Russian popular dance and a gallop and the adagio and the allegretto and usual stuff. Then, even better, the Suite for Variety Orchestra. I have no idea what a variety orchestra is. All I know is that it has saxophones and guitars and piano and all kinds of stuff in it. Now, this is a big work. Well, it's 22 minutes long, but it actually contains a lot of the music that you hear in some of these other suites, although not this one. You do get the waltz. This is where the big waltz comes from, the one that was in all the commercials that I just beautifully performed for you. But you also get that popular dance from the Gadfly. Remember that one? Yeah, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, that one. I know all of these things, like, they're just hummable. That's what's so much fun about them. And it's great when you're driving. My goodness, they're so wonderful when you have an opportunity to just listen to them on the road. I happen to think driving while you listen to music is a fabulous thing. It really is. My partner just spends like days driving around in his car listening to music because he just enjoys it. It feels good. Of course, he listens to like rap music and stuff like that, but it's still, I get it. You know what I mean? And when I'm driving up here to Connecticut, oh God, because you never know how long it's going to take. You really want to have something good to play. And this really, really just killed the time. I mean, the first 69 minutes, because it takes about an hour and 40 minutes or so to get here from Brooklyn, is just phenomenal. It really just the time went. And it was raining and it was dismal and I just felt great. And finally, because, everyone has to hear it, you get the Tahiti Trot. Now, the Tahiti Trot is Shostakovich's arrangement of T for 2. And boy, does Litton milk this sucker. Oh my God, he makes a meal of it. Every phrase has some sort of agogic something. You know, he's stretching and pulling and kneading and oh my God, I loved it. I really did. I mean, he turns it into just an epic grand statement, which is really what's so much fun about it, you know, because of course it is a piece of fluff that Shostakovich did on a bet, you know, that he could do it in an hour or something like that. And he did it in like 10 minutes. He made this arrangement, and you know, it's scored for every possible garish combination, including like trombone glissandos and you know, that sort of stuff. And Litton just goes for it. I mean, you may think it's hopelessly mannered, but that's only if you don't have a sense of humor, because he's really having a good time, and so's the orchestra. I mean, they just sound marvelous on this recording. It's, you know, BIS's usual fabulous SACD stuff. I just loved it. It's great in your car. It's also great at home or in headphones, or if you're jogging or taking a walk. This is just the perfect kind of, it doesn't make you think too hard, but if you pay attention to it, it will really tickle your auditory nerve. Fantastic stuff. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.